script with the homosexuality thing, you know what I'm saying, and all the other things that come from that culture?
I can't remember the name of the book right now, but the background of the book that gave us something called a gay agenda. The background to the book was there was a group of homosexual billionaires that had all that money, but they were ashamed to express their homosexuality in the public.
Mm.
So they had a lot of World War II and Korea War generals that was retired with nothing to do. So they paid them a ridiculous amount of money to write them a strategy to make homosexuality more acceptable and palatable to the general public. And that's where the origin of the gay agenda. They did that in the 60s. The book came out in 87, I think, was the final result of their report.
And I'm assuming too, and I'm not sure where these paths intertwine or come across each other, but I'm sure it does cross each other. Does that tie into the agenda of population control?
Not really. They want a rogue population growth. They give them easier access to children coming from broken homes. Right? They give them easier access to damaged women that been damaged by down low brothers pretending they straight, ruining the girl life. It's just military. They don't look at it like we look at it, like, oh my God, he's turning people gay. They look at it as a military pursuit.
Yeah.
Weaken the enemy and then attack.
Yeah.
Then in the Sumerian text, it tell you once the boy been anally penetrated, he's not fit to be the king. And that's why they always trying to penetrate the boys. They're trying to make sure that none of the boys rise up to the masculinity required in order to be a ruler and reclaim what's rightfully theirs.
Wow.
It's part of the rape culture.
That's crazy. And so now I'm pretty sure you heard of this as well, because that, I guess, would have to do with why there's so much, I can't remember the one. There's a lot of different ingredients that they put into food, but I know there's like one or two in particular that I know are heavily prone to, like, I guess, creating feminine or effeminizing masculine, male.
Yeah, like soybeans. All that stuff they make with soybeans supposed to be made with chickpeas.
That's what it was. That's what I said. Soybeans.
Yeah. Soybean spikes estrogen. You gotta remember, the vegans in the 80s and 90s was heavy on tofu.
Yeah.
Right? And if you look at the vegan, back then, the vegan community was a sizable portion of them men like men. They was the most likely to be vegan in the 80s and 90s. Other people started becoming vegan through religious pursuit, but the original vegan community that became a cult. Veganism became a cult. The vegans started ruthlessly attacking meat eaters.
Yeah.
As if they didn't start out as meat eaters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they started developing a cult mentality. And within that cult, part of the paranoid energy behind it was homosexual males. And this ain't like, I don't care what your sexuality is personally, because I'm not sleeping with no dude, so I don't care what you do.
That's my stance too. You do what you do.
You know,
you show what you say, it don't matter.
Yeah, but you cut with the truth though.
Yeah.
Everybody want the truth until you speak the truth. Then the truth become the villain. The truth speaker become the villain. Becomes I don't believe he said that. He said it because it's true.
Yeah, the bad guy. Yeah. Like Scarface said, the bad.
But when he was telling the truth about the divine feminine, he wasn't the bad guy. But when he started talking about the conversion to males, because it's a conversion process. Look, it's a book called Manipulated Mind by a editor of Psychology Today magazine, Denise Wynn. or is it Dennis Win? I don't know, but it's D Win. It's Dennis or Denise. But the book tell you about sudden conversion using trauma to convert people. It's a whole book about how you manipulate the minds of people. And I picked that book up when I was doing some research into deprogramming cult victims.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the books I came across that talked about not deprogramming them, but how the programming works. You got two sides. Once you program, you got to know how to deprogram. But before you can learn how to deprogram, you got to learn how to program. You can't jump on the computer and run the program and you've never seen the program before. You got to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah. But that was one of the books I had read on it. That was some good information.
Yeah, because that sounds like so. Does that sound similar to eugenics? Is that like a similar? I would say no, different.
No. Psychological conversion or sudden conversion of a mindset. That's psychology. It's not eugenics. Is genetics.
I got you, bro. So it'll be
okay. Eugenics fall under genetics, and it's about producing the best DNA. Right, or eliminating the worst DNA. Eugenics is what was written by Enki as the remedy for the defective people that Enlil and his son Ninursin created in Babylon.
You know, one of the things I meant to ask you before we got off with the conversion thing. Excuse me. Are you I'm pretty sure you are, but are you familiar with like all the different elements and different ingredients that they're putting into like the baby formulas as well to kind of feminize the masculine sex too?
Yeah, they've been doing that. That ain't nothing new. We know they're doing that. Right. Look, they got stuff in the water that's making frogs have multiple genders. The amphibian is more sensitive than the human genetically. So they're gonna experience it before we do.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. So
it's the same with the girls getting this bovine female hormone injected mammary gland producing, got 8-year-olds looking with a body of a 25-year-old. That stuff not normal. You gave that girl way too much milk when she was little.
Yeah. But aren't they putting that in other, like in the meats and the foods and all other foods too? Aren't they piling all them antibiotics?
Yeah, but it's real. The girls can absorb it faster through the milk.
I got you.
It's because it's a feminine hormone that's designed to make the milk cattle produce more milk. Right, so it work on the female chemistry. So when they put it in the milk, it's going to affect the boys too. It's going to give them steroid-like symptoms like bitch tit, excessive subcutaneous fat around the waistline. Right, it's going to do that to the men, but the women, the girls, they're going to start growing breasts. The muscles, the muscle tone of the boys becomes softened. Boys ain't born muscular like they was when I was little. I remember them little babies used to be looking like baby Hercules laying there.
Yeah, I've seen some before and held some too. Yeah.
Now they look like baby Peter Pan's laying there. Now they look like baby Peter Pan laying there.
Oh man. Look, I don't know why, but when you said that, all I could think of was crazy ass Will Ferrell in that one. I don't know what movie it was. When he played, was it The Elf? Oh man. But yeah, Peter Pan do got like
the one that get me for Stewart from Saturday Night Live. The big ass baby, grown man baby.
Yeah, he's a fool. He is a plum fool. But nah, that's funny because yeah, they did. Peter Pan is one of the first characters I can think of that you could tell he was a little, on the other side a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like that was, as far as I can recollect and remember. That's like the first one I can consciously recall that I remember seeing like
So
something
Peter
suggesting
Pan
about
supposed to be an asexual production.
that.
He's not supposed to have a gender.
Mm,
That's why they had a girl playing him.
mm. Never knew that. So
Yeah.
what is the symbolism or symbolically Peter Pan is supposed to represent anyway?
Peter Pan
Outside.
is the what's called the forever child, which is your inner child,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And because he's so in tune with his inner child, he can't age.
Mm,
So now
okay.
he's going through a massive arrested development. But in the process, he discovered that his imagination, being the forever child, is so strong that he can perform magical acts like fly,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Then he started going to rescue distressed children that's being victimized by grown people,
mm,
right? This was the Hyoka
mm,
that was called to fight against the pirates of the Caribbean, your Captain Hook, Captain
mm,
Black,
mm,
Johnny Depp,
mm.
right? They sensationalized the villain as the hero. But if he a pirate, he was the villain.
Yeah.
But they sensationalized him as the hero. Who wrote that story?
Mm,
The Victor wrote the story.
mm, mm. Yeah. That's yeah. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. So, damn, there's another question I was going to ask in regards to that story with Peter Pan. So now are there connections between the like the elves and dwarves and all that to the to that Peter Pan? Because I think if I'm not mistaken, he was supposed to be a small little like character too, right?
Yes, Peter Pan was a forever child.
Gotcha.
He was somewhere between a human child and a fairy,
Okay, that makes sense.
right? Now, Captain Hook was the one hunting them. You got to go back to Ireland and study the snakes that was killed in Ireland by St. Patrick.
Mm,
Those were your gnomes and your elves, the Twa people that inhabited Ireland for thousands of years, but they wanted to get rid of them, so they was ethnically cleansing Ireland.
mm.
The gingers of Ireland and Scotland is the half-breed children of the pale faces that came in the Twa people that was already there.
I.e. the Lucky Leprechaun. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, because he the only one knew where the gold was hid on the island.
Yeah, yeah. Now
And
those twat.
that's what the church was looking for at the time. You gotta remember, when they came over here, they was looking for gold. Or we would have
Mm,
never had a California gold rush.
mm, mm. The twat people
Remember the
that
city of Cordoba? The city of Cordoba was supposed to have been the city of gold. That's what they was hunting for. Cortez and his army, they was looking for the city of gold, right? That's because before the Anunnaki, after the last Anunnaki pyramid war that caused the Ice Age, all
mm,
of them pyramids in Mesoamerica was covered in gold. They wasn't
mm.
stone. They was covered with gold and inlaid with silver, copper, platinum, and other trace metals.
Wow,
The
that's
ones
deep.
in Kemet over in the what we call the Middle East, Egypt, the Middle East now. I don't know where the Middle West is, or the Middle North, or the Middle South, but over in Egypt over there, those were covered with marble.
Yeah, I got pictures of that. They were like almost like a brilliant white, or you know what I'm saying. I don't know what shade it was, but it was light bright shade, right?
One of them was black, two of them was white. Well, one of them was white, and one of them was like a off white.
Mm, mm,
They did something. The colors meant something, and they done something in the atmosphere. The marble was stolen off of the
stone
pyramids
tablets.
to build Islamic temples, mosques. That's where all of the material for building mosques was coming from. During the time of not right following Muhammad, the first, second, third, fourth Khalifa, when they started building those palace-like mosques, they was taking the marble from the pyramids in Kemet.
Mm. Low down, dirty
This
bastards.
recorded history. They know this ain't no secret.
Yeah, nah,
But the
yeah,
problem is that the average person have no clue.
right. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to the tribe. I got a good question here. I'm gonna bring this to the floor for you, Big Chief. Shout out to Queen Tribal Protection. She said, yeah, would the floods, I guess the ones that's happening now, like in Texas, Chicago, I forgot where else, but would the
Those
floods be
Sweetwater floods. The blue candle, you gotta think, oh yeah, give me y'all purple and blue.
right?
You think Oshun, you think yellow and white candles.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Right? And sometimes black when she in her raven form, because somebody been pissed off Oshun.
Yeah, Raven and what's the other one? The big one too. The vulture. I
Mm-hmm.
believe the vulture is tied to Oshun. One of the female, I think it's
Yeah,
Oshun. It's one of the female deities for
yeah,
sure. Her other
yeah,
side,
yeah.
but with
Her
the
dark side.
yeah, yeah, because like the twins, man, or the polarities. You got one as above, so below, as within, so without. You got both. So High Priestess got
Look,
another question.
the original temple of Isis is in the Grand Canyon in
Mm.
Arizona. The original temple of Osiris is in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. The original temple of Tahuti, we had like a whole lot of them on this land.
Because Arizona, now while you look that up too, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I.
You
Okay,
know, the
let me.
base of the Isis temple, that's the sacerdotal seat of the earth. It's been moved. It's been moved around the earth based on which one of the daughters of Isis is sent to become the Isis of the era.
Hmm.
So if her homeland was in Europe, then she built her sacerdotal seat in the Parthenon of Isis. Today,
Hmm.
you call the Parthenon of Isis Paris,
Bruh.
right?
One more time for the people in the
Yeah.
back. That
Today,
oh
today you call the Parthenon of Isis Paris. They also call it Par Isis, which is short for Parthenon of Isis, but it means the city of Isis or the Isis city complex. 10, 11, 11, 10, born again.
that part. That's deep. Look, them numbers go heavy. So heavy. I'm gonna have to have that conversation with you off air, and then depending on how we what we decipher, I might bring it to the air. But that them numbers go real. They go deep, buddy. They go real deep, real deep. I'm pulling up the
Right. So the sacerdotal seat under Greece was given to one of the pharaoh's daughters. I'll tell you her name. I happen to have that in my The pictures say the Egyptian princess who significantly impact Greece was Arsinoe II. A little bit farther down on that same picture, they got a sidebar, and one of them say inside the Temple of Isis.
Mm. What I'm gonna go off screen, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to edit it. I'm gonna screenshot it and edit it, and I'll pop back on with what you want to share real quick. I'll be right back with that too. You said which part was it that you wanted to put on the
The
sidebar?
part where you see where it say inside the Temple of Isis
Mm-hmm.
in the Grand Canyon. That's because it showed them that it's still artifacts in there.
Mm. Okay, I'm gonna edit this real quick. Matter of fact, I might be able to stay on screen. Yeah, that's deep. Because like I said, I never really was able to find a whole lot of information when I did any research on all those artifacts and all that stuff that was found in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, the Smithsonian seized a sizable portion of them. The Smithsonian worked for the Dirty Moors.
Raggedy rat bastards.
They was part of the Masonic secret society that was supposed to keep us from finding out who we are. That's why they kept hiding everything from the
Mm.
giants. My mama, the queen of the Bigfoot clan.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mississippi is Bigfoot territory.
Would not be surprised.
My uncle the one told me. My uncle,
Mm-mm.
one of my daddy friends, one of my father friends called my mama Bigfoot, and my uncle always talk about he going down to Bigfoot country. And then one time I asked him, I said, "What's Bigfoot country?" He said, "Your mama home."
Oh,
My mama hated the country because of her childhood,
that's crazy.
right? But she still had to raise one of us to figure out how to reclaim everything without going through their system.
Mm, mm. You know what? And I'm glad that you said that because I'm about to pull up this. I'm about to pull up the part of the picture that you wanted to share. But then I got a question that I wanted to ask you that I'm shocked that it never came to my Maria to my spirit to ask, but I'm a damn sure ask today because it came. And it's funny. I meant to ask several times before, even if it was an off-air conversation. But it didn't. I guess it wasn't meant to be until tonight. But it's definitely gonna be.
Exactly what to do to get the receipt on the screen.
Oh, I know. I've seen you do it on other shows. So,
Mm-hmm. But people be swearing up and down on making this stuff up.
yeah, but see, it ain't meant for them, and that's why I talk about like this is for the people with the
No,
ears.
sometimes it's just so overwhelming to hear it for the first time that it just sound. This is the cognitive dissonance talking. It sounds totally insane.
Yeah,
But then you
yeah,
got another factor. The other factor is smart people sound crazy to dumb people.
yeah. That's facts.
And then you got another factor. Dumb people that know they dumb.
Mm-mm.
Dumb people don't know they dumb.
Nope.
Right? So if you know how to dumb them down, they won't never know they being dummies.
Mm-mm.
Idiots.
Mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, and that's real too. And then they want to go like pretty much want to sacrifice you because you do know a little something something. You know what I'm saying? Or you do have access to some information. And then don't you damn sure better not have no real receipts either. You better don't do that. I don't think you should never do that again.
Look, I be telling people all the time, every day, I don't care if you disagree with me. We ain't all supposed to agree on everything anyway. And
Oh,
anybody that ever tell you that you supposed to believe everything come out their mouth, they the problem, not the solution. I came to solve problems, not to create new ones.
that's facts. Big
You know,
facts.
and I put a post up like last year, and it said I came to help people that solve people problems, solve the people's problems, coming to find out that the people that was to solve people's problem is the problem now. Because they
That's
found
facts.
out they can make money not solving the problem.
Man, I just had that conversation a couple days ago about people who do that. Because unfortunately, a lot of people like in social media